Hi YouTube, it's me again, Sarah. I will eventually hopefully get it where you can see my face a little bit more, but right now it's kind of not in the cards. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the whips. There have been a few, not a lot. Two new ones, sadly. Seeing as how I really need to keep working on the ones that are already started. Yeah, I just kind of got, I guess, caught up in the new stuff in needing to do something in hand since I can stitch with the sewing method in hand. And that's actually pretty good at night since I don't really have good lighting. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I've only put 3 stitches in on the Middle Earth map, so I'm not going to show you that. I did pull out an older one to work on the other night, so there has been some progress on it. Not a whole lot, but it's in the whip pile, so might as well. And there is a little bit of, just a little bit of haul. There's still some coming in the mail that haven't reached me yet, so you'll get those in the next video, but I can show you what I've got now. All right, on to the whips. So here is the first one. This is an older one, as you can see by the date here, 2017. It is literally almost 2 years old, which is why it is in the whip pile to be finished. And mainly because the only part that's left is literally this corner. And it's mostly black. Don't know why I have put off, sorry about the shaking, my arm was itching. I don't know why I've put it off so long, other than the fact that I learned the hard way. By hard way, I mean this is one of 4 SALs that I've had that are not completed in the SAL time. I'm not good at keeping up with things, and I believe that comes from having a full-time job. Granted, there are some of you that have full-time jobs and are probably thinking, I can do it. Well, it's not in my brain to be able to complete certain parts before the next one comes out. I get very distracted by something new. I guess I kind of have like cross-stitch ADD or something. But to have gotten this far was actually pretty good. So I'm just missing this part here, which I believe has, this is a cat, and there's a pumpkin here. This part is going to work up to being a tree up here with, I think, an owl. And there's a little bit of back stitch and a little bit of yellow, white, and maybe green. I don't remember what colors. And then I'm missing the back stitch rest in peace on this cemetery plot, like these guys over here. So there's not a whole lot left, and I should have that finished hopefully this month. I did put a little bit more into the cat, and I started working up the tree last night just because it's mostly black, so might as well finish it. But as you can see, I have all the borders done all the way around, which is a very big accomplishment for myself, I should say. The bottom part, the spooky Halloween, is done, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 parts done, except for this little back stitch right here. So I'm just working on part 6, and then this one will be completed. Fantastic. I haven't had a finish in who knows how long, so we're going to try to bust it out and have it finished this month. So we're going to put that away, and that was the Lakeside Needleworks SAL 2017 Spooky Halloween. The next one is a new start. As you can see, this is from Lakeside Needleworks SAL as well, which I did not quite get as far in on. This was the Christmas 2017, which is in a drawer right now, but I'm not showing you that. We're showing you the memorabilia, my dressmaker's daughter. So I kind of got, I told you I was going to start this in the last video. I did. And then I kind of got a little obsessed with it to work on it a good chunk. So I'm working on the summer dress. Right, the purple one, or summer. Ha! Spring, not summer. Excuse me. I am working on the spring dress, and I am kind of currently, I'm going to bring you up closer this way. I'm currently in this area, in the bottom, and I'm working up and somewhat working down while working the border. I don't have all the floss for this yet, for this project yet. I had some of it, so I figured I'd just go ahead and start with what I've got, and then we'd go from there. I know that's probably horrible to say, but that's what I'm doing, because at the time when I bought this, I didn't realize how much floss I needed, and I only bought so much and thought I had it all. You know, smart kid once upon a time. And this pattern is literally, since I've had it, it was like 4 years old since I've had it. So, you know, that's all right though. So I'm going to show you what I have. There we go. So I have gotten through some of the border. I've been trying to do that as I go. But I've been mainly enjoying filling in with the dress and doing the purples. Gosh, this is my first time using Karen watercolors, and I didn't really enjoy that so much, but it's okay. I'm sure once I get going and get using it a little bit more, it should be okay. I think I just didn't like the fact that when I tried to pull it apart to make it lay better and do it by one strand, it just kind of broke. So I wasn't really thrilled with that. I'm not too thrilled with how puffy the stitches are, but I think that's the way they're supposed to be, unless I'm just doing it completely wrong. So far right now, as you can see, I've been working and filling in here, which is the middle part of the dress. So there's not too much more over this way before I hit the other side, outer corner. So I've had a lot of progress put on it, which is actually really nice. I can sit and just stitch with this, and it's nice colors, and I can see it, and it's a nice little break from the 1/1, which is nice because this is 2/2 on 28 count. I think it's 28 count. I don't remember. I know it's a chocolate linen, but I don't remember if it's 28 count. I guess I can find out. 32, excuse me. It's 32 count. My bad. But I'm enjoying the way it's coming out since I have filled in a lot. Yes, I don't have the neatest of stitches, but I'm not exactly... I'm not really bothered by it. I feel they will look pretty, and it'll look good enough when I'm done. Some of these bits are where I haven't put in colors, and other colors that I don't have are also in there, along with beads. Like this has beads. There's a few beads in there. I just haven't filled it in all the way yet, but I am working on it. So it is a very fun stitch. I am enjoying it. Okay. Next on the list of progress is the old I Didn't Do It, which is great. I have been making some nice headway on it, which I'm very surprised. I had not pulled this out in forever, and last time you saw it, I had done a big stretch of dark blue up. Well, guess what? Ta-da! I have done this bigger light blue stretch. Get that out of the way. Ooh, sorry. Long threads. I have done this big stretch of the light blue in the wallpaper, and then I've done this strand here, which is a blended strand, and this strand here, which is also another blended strand. So I've cut through all of that, and then I started working some in his face to get through some of the little bits of confetti-ish areas in the dog's face. So we've done just a little bit of color in there, and that was just to break up some of the blue. So he's coming along quite great now that I I feel that since I've put in this big chunk here of the wallpaper that I'm actually moving along somewhere, which is quite nice. And I mainly work on this in the afternoons when I'm tired and just don't want to pull out something intricate and big, since it is on an Ada. I think it's on 18 count Ada is what it's on. And it's easy to just stitch in hand and do the sewing stitch, which is my preferred method for in hand stitching. All right. Next up, you're seeing, what's this? A new start. This was not necessarily in my plans, but I saw someone else on YouTube stitching this design, even though they found it for free somewhere. It's not necessarily, it shouldn't have been, since it was a kit that was actually sold in, this looks like a Joann's kit. Design Works, I think it's Joann's. I could be wrong. It could be Hobby Lobby. It could be Michael's. I don't remember. However, this is Coffee Break. And I saw someone else working on it, and I said, hey, I have that. So I pulled it out one day, and of course all the floss was not separated, so it took me like an hour to separate all of it, to pull out and discern the different levels of brown and tan and mauve and aqua and green and gold and mocha and whatever you want to call them all. And then I found the center, and I started working this way, I believe is the way I went. Center was about here, and I worked all the way through this border and down some with both colors. And then I took it, I was gonna try to work this one, start this one, but I didn't get down far enough in the border to get me close to here. So I decided to take the border this way, and I got up a little bit up here, and then I started working on the cafe au lait. So I've started working on this cup here, and here is my progress. So as you see, I took the border with both colors all the way across. So this is the outside of the project border, which leaves me that much space. Good figure on that. And it came down, and then I ran out of thread there with both. So I decided to grab some more brown and go up this way, and I got up almost all the way through that length of it, of the border, and I decided to start playing with the mauves and putting in one of the designs in the border design in the area, because I got tired of stitching the border. However, the border is not tedious. I don't mind. It's not a lot of color change, and I found a good way to do it, so I'm not bothered by the checkerboard. It's quite simple to do at night whenever you're not wanting something hard to do. Alright, now I'm going to leave what's underneath there covered up because that's stash. And the next piece is, look at this huge piece of fabric. You guessed it. This is the water dragon. Now, water dragon has been very fun. As in the last video, I was working on page 2. Well, guess what? Oh, yes, I finished page 2. So we have page 1. Yes, it is still on the frame because I have been working on the next page. So as you can see, page 1, and then there's page 2, and I've been working on page 3. So I was very excited to have page 2 finished. I wanted to go to page 3, but I needed a little break from this project as I didn't want to get too burnt out. So I took a small break, and that's what happened with Coffee Break and the Mirabilia. But I did pick this back up, and I've done, let's see if I can count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done 4 diagonals on it already since I've been stitching in diagonal, because I feel like I'm working more of the picture and getting more colors in at once rather than doing blocks, which I've enjoyed it that way. And so I have been working on page 3. As you can see, all the blues and grays and stuff in there. It's really cool. This page is actually working. These arches are working across now instead of going this way like they were doing. Now they're working them across to make them go the opposite direction in the archway, which is really cool. Also, what I didn't realize was that this is like a 3 kind of bubbled arch, and I didn't know that. So this part is already 1, and now I'm working on the middle to upper one. So that's pretty cool. And there's also a little bit more black in this one, which will make it go really fast. So I'm pretty excited by that. But yay for a page finish. Granted, it did not happen in February like I wanted. So it did happen later in March like I thought it would, because it happened shortly after I did the video of the last couple weeks. And then I took about a week-ish break and moved into the 3rd page, which is progressing right along. As you can see though, where I'm at right now, where this diagonal ends, so this little bit up here, that is actually the middle width-wise of this entire piece. So I've actually hit the mid-length of the width of the piece. Not the length, the width, which is actually cool, since that is actually the middle of this page right here, which is great. So I'm halfway, almost completely halfway through the page, not diagonally, but width-wise I am halfway. So that's really nice. I'll also be working on that some today, so that is why it's still in the frame. Now, for stash. The first one I'm going to show you is a Teresa Wentzler kit. Yes, it is not all in there. Oh, you got a little preview because I've taken it out. The only part that's in there is the beads and the needles. So I have actually taken out all the kit stuff because I had to label all my colors, which took forever. And it has the blue even weave, which I'm not fully liking, but it's okay. I haven't started it. This is going to be one of my starts for my birthday, which is next month. Just because I really want to do a Teresa Wentzler, and this one being a kit, and I knew it was a kit, has all the threads and the beads and all the fabric as well, which made it so simple, so I didn't have to go hunt down fabric for any of the other ones or try to kit them up. Even though one of the ones I own has one skein of floss for the entire thing, aside from like the Kreinik threads, and it doesn't have beads. I don't think that one had the beads, which is the mermaid. Mermaid would be next, probably after this one, and then I'll have to work on kitting up the others. But for now, this is the one I'm gonna do. Pray for me. I have never done a Teresa Wentzler, and just as looking at the pattern and everything, so many blends. So many blends. Like, I am not ready for this, but I have a feeling it's gonna have to go on a frame, which I've got a frame that it'll work on. I just haven't put the fabric on there yet, so there's just so many blends that I'm not ready for yet. Anywho, that is what will be happening. And last ones, but not least, are my Mirabilias. Now, yes, this has writing on this pattern as well as on the color chart. And yes, this is the MD1, the Damask Roses. I really wanted this one after I saw it. It was so pretty, and this one doesn't have any special threads or beads. Another reason why I really wanted this one. I don't know about you, but sometimes finding beads and special threads, they can get expensive. Okay, pardon me while I drink coffee. It's still a little early in the morning for me. Early, not really. Anyway, so when I bought this one, they had the bonus of a different color already made for this chart, which is making the dress in black. So that was really thrilling. So she has wrote on here the colors that would be converted to making her dress black, which I loved. So I'm going to stitch it with the colors as is, and then I'll stitch it again with her being black. And I don't know where she will go, but I will be doing this one twice. And I absolutely love it. I am going to have a little bit of guesstimation in the chart in one spot that I noted, which looked like it almost looked like there had been staples in it, but I don't know why there would have been. I think it's just from it being old and worn, but there shouldn't be too much guesstimation because it's a fairly simple chart to find out. But that is Damask Roses, and she's beautiful. The next one is Garden Verses. I am not a writer, but I absolutely love her. She is beautiful. I had to get it after seeing a video on YouTube for a giveaway that was happening, which I did not participate in, but I just knew I needed this piece. It's MD4 Garden Verses, and I literally just looked at this chart the other day and had to be like, why is there so many symbols for one color? Just one color. So I had to get on the website to find out if there was a reason for that, and there is. It all is the same color, which is pretty weird, but that makes my life easier. I don't think there are any special threads or beads or anything like that. It's all just DMC, and it's all just is that a 2? No. So there is a special thread. Nice one, Sarah. Special thread there. Sorry, whopped the camera. Now, I bet it's for those. But it's those. See, I didn't look at the chart fully, so I'm still finding out stuff. So there might be like 1 or 2 special threads in this one. Not too bad. I'm thinking of doing the color conversion on the Mirabilia conversion site. Not the color conversion, but chart conversion. There's one where it was converted, and there's a cat that's perched on the rail. And I'm thinking of doing that one, because I really like the cat being there. I feel like that will complete it, but I'm not sure. We will just stitch her the colors the way she is, because I feel our colors are beautiful. And once we get to the railing, we'll decide if we want to put the cat there or not. Most likely there will be a cat. If not, then I'll be stitching it twice. Fun. I'm hoping not to, but I think what's going to happen is I'll be adding the cat. And last but not least, this one was a struggle to get. I literally almost got in a bidding war for this on eBay. And this is Spring Queen. I am in the process of getting all of her queens, which is spring, summer, winter, and autumn, Autumn is going to be the next pursuit because it's also out of print like this one. I don't know the number of this one. I didn't look it up, which is shame on me. But I decided to get her first. She's just gorgeous. I love her. She's so pretty. I will also be getting the Christmas one. Royal Splendor, I think is what it's called. Royal Splendor. I don't remember. And there is on the conversion page on Facebook, somebody converted one of her queens to Halloween colors. I will be doing that as well, just because it was gorgeous, like green, orange, purple, I think, and black. And they made her a Halloween queen. I loved it. It's absolutely beautiful. And this one has some beads, so that's really nice. I cannot wait to do this. I also, so that is the end of my haul, or my stash. My next order of business for as far as memorabilia go, I really love Nora Corbett designs as well. I want to actually own all of the Bewitching Pixies, as well as some of the Poison Pixies. And there's quite a few others as well. There's some, like, I think there's fairies that are seasonal fairies that are very beautiful. So I have my eye on a bunch of memorabilia Nora Corbett designs. I just kind of dipped my finger in, or dipped a toe in with the first one of the dressmaker's daughter, and it kind of just, I fell into the pool head first. Anywho, that is all I have for you today. So I'm going to be working on Water Dragon over here as soon as I get him put back all the way on the frame that I've got, which is just a little PVC lap frame. So it's not too terribly bad. I wish I had a bigger frame, but I don't. We'll be working towards one of those, hopefully. So right now I've got to put in an hour's worth of work on the computer before I start stitching. And then I will be stitching on this guy for the remainder of the afternoon until I have to go to work for a meeting at the bakery I work in. And that will be all today. So that's all I have for you. I will see you in 2 weeks at the end of March, and hopefully we'll have lots of progress to show you. Anyways, hope you guys have a good week, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Peace, love, and stitches!